Hey guys, it's Kelsey. I'm back with another scrapbooking process video. So this page wasn't really for any particular challenge. It was kind of a warm-up page for me because last weekend was the Sweet and Sassy Scrapper's online crop, which was a lot of fun. It was the first one I think they've done. I was invited by Saffy Joe, so that was a lot of fun. Thank you so much. So this was just a warm-up page for me, again, not for any particular challenge. I really wanted to do a page with the pink and the yellows that come in this collection. I wanted to do a more girly page. I haven't really done one with this collection yet, so I decided I'd use the stripe paper that I've been hoarding. I love this stripe paper that comes in the collection. I just think it looks so nice with these paint brushy strokes of the yellow and the pinks with that pop of that copper foil. So I want that to be my background, and then I had a scrap of this pink and this yellow piece, so I was trying to figure out a way to use those as my layers, and then you can see me pulling in a couple of these more brighter pink embellishments that I haven't pulled out at all yet this month. So I'm hoping I can get some of that on the page. Because there is some foil in this background, I definitely want those pops of copper foil in other places, so I'm hoping I can get another one of these coppery puffy thickers on here, as well as one of these cool little charms. So that's what I'm starting with. I originally had cut down this pink pattern paper thinking I was going to use a chunk of it on a page, and then I didn't, so I was trying to use it on this page, but then I realized in the portion of it I was going to use, I could have used the 6x8 version, so I decided to use the 6x8 version instead to keep that larger chunk for something that may require a larger chunk. So there's a little bit of fiddling there to find out the most efficient way to use the products, but in the end I'm glad I decided to use the 6x8 version instead, because I got the same proportion of paper I needed in the pattern I wanted without using a larger chunk than I needed to. I am going to gut this background paper because, like I said, I love this striped background, so I'm trying to save some of that for another page. But this is a layout from 2012. This was during Billy's first guide dog swap. You guys have seen a couple pages with Baldwin. That was his second swap. So Baldwin's trainer got Billy for 2 weeks and I got Baldwin for 2 weeks. But that was his second swap because his first swap failed a little bit. I switched with the trainer, and this is her dog Nikki. I think you guys have seen a page of Nikki, but this is just another one of those pages, so I just wanted to clarify which dog this was because I know they're all yellowish dogs, so it can get confusing. But we were just snuggling, and I just wanted a picture of this, and I'm wearing pink and she's yellow, so I figured that would be a great photo to use with these pink and yellow products. So I'm just trying to patch together the background right now. I wanted all these little scraps to be able to form these layers cohesively, so just trying to patch it all together. But I just love the way this mustard looks with this bright pink. I feel like yellow and pink, they go together, but this specific combination, I don't know, like it looks just different to me than what I'm used to seeing between pinks and yellows, just having this more deeper mustardy yellow with the pinks. So I'm just enjoying the way it's looking. But I'm going to go ahead and get these layers patched together, and then I definitely want to pull in a little bit more yellow, so I will pull in the 6x8 pattern of that dandelion pattern and map my photo with that. So that's kind of where I'm starting paper-wise. I'm not quite sure which direction my embellishment's going to go. I just know I want to try and get some more of these copper and pink embellishments on here. I definitely want to use this really cool shaped ephemera piece that says "Take time to make your soul happy." I thought that was a really sweet sentiment, and I thought the little charm that says "quiet" looked really nice too. And I thought it was appropriate just because we're snuggling, we're just, being chill and spending some quiet time. So I thought that was the best charm out of the ones that were left to use on this page. So I'm hoping I can stitch it down in that position. I think that looks really nice. But I just needed something to beef up the ephemera pieces a little bit, so I did just pop a doily behind there. And then I'm hoping I can use this girl that says "dream." So I'm pairing that with the other part of the doily on the top part of the page just to create a secondary cluster up there. Again, I'm kind of going with this diagonal theme where I have something in the upper right hand corner and your eye kind of follows it down through the page. So that's what I'm trying to do here. I can't remember what I do next. I know I definitely want to pull in my hashtag sticker book again, because I've really been enjoying using those word stickers on the pages, and then I definitely want to pull in some enamel dots as well. but I can't remember where I go from here because I got stuck for a little bit trying to figure out which direction I wanted to go in. But I think right now I'm just gluing down the pieces I know are going down, just so they're set and I can think about something else. But I kind of got stuck embellishment wise, so I decided just to pop Dream in the bottom right hand corner to bring that copper down there. I thought that was the best of the word sentiments left because again we're just snuggling, and so I thought that was appropriate, especially with the quiet. So here's that white and yellow pattern paper I'm going to mat the photo in. And I'm going to pull that into another piece of the page too, just so it's not just the photo mat. I'm going to take this piece that I'm cutting off here and make that a banner and have that come out of the bigger cluster just so that's balanced across the page and it's not just a photo mat and then it's not anywhere else. So you'll see that in a minute. I'm just trying to get my measurements right. So there we go. Sorry if you hear Billy in the background. He finally just laid down, but like all through this video, he's been like going crazy panting because his favorite game is hide and seek. He loves when I hide a cookie or a toy or something and tell him to go find it. Like it's his favorite game, and he hasn't found his cookie yet, and he knows it's somewhere in the room. And so earlier in the video, he was running around panting trying to find it. So sorry if you heard that. I figured I should explain what that was as well. But I'm adding the photo, and then that will get down. And then I think I'm going to pull in my hashtag sticker book soon. I know I'm going to pull in the goldenrod chipboard thickers that I showed you in the kit share. Billy, you hear him? He's like still complaining that he hasn't found it. I haven't used them yet this month, and I really wanted to get some more of them used up, so I will pull those chipboard pieces in from the goldenrod collection and get some of those on this page as well. But I can't remember in which order I do that. So here's the scrap of the paper I matted the photo in. I'm just cutting that into a banner like I said, and then that's going to pop out of the side of this big pink sentiment. So I like what that adds. I do think I do the hashtag sticker book next, but it's pretty much what you've seen on the past couple pages. I'm just going to flip to the pages that have a lot of the multicolored tiny words and try to find a couple colors that coordinate to sprinkle in and amongst these two clusters. So there we go. This Dream, this little sticker, puppy stickers, they would not stick. So I did have to go back with some glue and glue them down because they kept falling off, which I haven't had that problem with the other part of this sticker sheet that I've used. But for whatever reason, this Dream would not stick down. So I did have to go back and glue them down. And then I decided to go ahead and stitch down this little charm here. I've mentioned this on every page I've done one of these charms on, but I think it looks so cool having it stitched down to where it can still move. I think that little bit of movement is so cool instead of just gluing it to the page. So I've really liked how those have looked this month too. But I'm just going to stitch it through the page, tie a couple knots, and then washi tape that extra down to the back of the page just so it stays secure. But I think that looks super cool. And now I need to figure out what I'm doing next. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's the hashtag sticker book, but this was last weekend. I haven't had a time to do the voiceover yet, so I'm trying to remember which order I did stuff. I was waiting a second for the glue to get just tacky because I'm using my Tombow Mono multi-glue. So usually when I use it for this kind of purpose, I do like for it to dry a little bit. That way it's not messy or gluey or wet still. It stays in place, but it's still tacky so it holds stuff down. So it's kind of why I waited to glue them down for a second. But now that that's down, we'll see what I do from here. Okay, so now I'm pulling in those chipboard pieces from Goldenrod, and I knew there were still a couple pink pieces that I really felt I could get on this page easily since I'm using all these different tones of pink. And there were also quite a few pink hearts on there. Well, I say quite a lot. There's like 2 that are pink, but I decided I'd get those on there as well, just add a little bit of something with a different texture and a different dimension. So I'm popping one of those in each of the clusters, and then I'm getting this hello piece down. I just felt like this piece with the big empty spot of the yellow So it looked fine. I could have left it. I thought about maybe if I wanted to journaling, I could have done it there. But in the end, when I decided to use this piece that said hello, it fits so well in that area of that yellow piece that I decided it would just go there, and I was fine with it. I was kind of thinking about if I was going to move it or not, but in the end, I think it just, like, that just seems where it fits best. So I decided to leave it there. So I'm definitely glad I got some more pieces from that goldenrod chipboard piece used up. And now I'm going in with my hashtag sticker book. I decided to flip to a page that had some of the yellows and the pinks, and get a couple of those used up in each section as well. So in the top section, it just says wonderful and let's be lazy. And then the two I pulled in the bigger cluster says lots of fun, live life you love. So I thought all of those were appropriate. I love those little additional pops of pink and yellow in each cluster. And I think I'm trying to find maybe if I wanted to use them in one more spot, but again, I have two clusters. I could have created another cluster maybe down by the dream, but honestly, I like the balance I had so far, so I decided I didn't really need to. I'm flipping through to see if there's any other kind of stickers, like additional hearts or something I wanted to use, but in the end, I really didn't want to pull away from the chipboard hearts that I had already put on the page. I didn't think it really needed more. I just wanted a little bit of a finishing touch with some enamel dots. So I decided to go in with some pink that I thought were a pretty close match to the ephemera pieces and sprinkle those in each cluster as well. I'm doing what I did on the last page, where instead of clustering them in a tight group of three, I'm clustering the three of them around the embellishment cluster. So I'm enjoying trying that out for a change. So I'm just trying to take one of each size of this corally pink and get them spaced to where my eye likes it. So I moved them around quite a bit, but in the end, I like having this tiny enamel dot on the chipboard heart and then the other two around the word stickers. So I'm going to end up doing something similar in the top cluster. I'm going to have one of those enamel dots on the chipboard heart and the other two across from the word stickers. So I like how that's balanced as well. I tried moving the heart a little bit. I kind of felt like the heart was too far away from the word stickers, but I like the way it looked on the girl ephemera piece. I tried to move it towards the front of that piece where it was closer to the words, but it just looked off. It was like hanging over her bangs in front of her face and just looked awkward. So I did just move that back. I think that looks fine. And then I decided I would do a little bit of journaling, so I'm just going in with my more mustard Stampin' Write pen, and I just am writing Snuggles with Nikki and the date over the top of my page, just so I had that documented. It's going right next to the other pages of Nikki, so I'll know, but I just thought I should go ahead and put that detail on here. And then for a finishing touch, I decided I would just drag in some skinny washi that has some different toned pink hearts. I thought it went really well with the style of this paper, so I just ran a strip of those over one of the white strips down along the bottom, and I like how that drags your eye across, and it's that little added detail. So here are the close-ups. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do have a challenge layout coming up for the Sweet and Sassy Scrapper crop, so you guys will see that in a couple of days, but this was my warm-up page again, so I was just having fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.